We became a state during the Civil War on October 31st, 1864, a day we celebrate every year as Nevada Day.
Less than 2 years after President Lincoln wrote the Emancipation Proclamation, he faced a re-election bid. To win re-election, he needed the votes of an additional state to advance his anti-slavery, pro-union ideas and help push through new amendments to the Constitution, including the 13th Amendment to abolish slavery. It was with this mandate that the Nevada Territory pressed urgently toward statehood, approving its state constitution just in time to give Lincoln the votes he needed for re-election. Between 1863 and 1864, Nevada enlisted approximately 1,200 volunteer troops in military service to the United States. These troops were not sent to fight on the front lines of the Civil War, but instead protected the overland route and settlements on the frontier such as Fort Churchill and Fort Ruby. On September 14, 1864, Nevadans voted to approve a state constitution. Nevada's territorial governor, James W. Nye, sent a certified copy of the Constitution to President Abraham Lincoln in Washington, D.C. via mail. The document was sent to Washington, but it never arrived. With no time left to resend the Constitution by land or sea, Washington instructed that Governor Nye telegraph it. On October 26, 1864, Nye began sending a telegram to Lincoln. The message, transmitted in Morse code, contained the entire text of the Nevada State Constitution. Sending such a long telegram at the height of the Civil War was a challenge, with no direct link from Carson City to Washington, D.C. Telegraphers worked 7 hours to transmit the message to Salt Lake City, where it was resent to Chicago, then Philadelphia, and finally to the War Department's telegraph office in Washington, D.C. 2 days later, the 175-page transcription was completed. The final page of the telegram shows a total word count of 16,543 words and a cost of $4,313.27, about $60,000 in today's dollars. 3 days after receiving the Nevada State Constitution via telegram, and just 8 days before the presidential election, Lincoln proclaimed in accordance with an act of Congress that Nevada was admitted to the Union.